folks, time to do another unboxing for gear. I just received these. These are SOULION R40 USB powered 2.0 speakers with RGB LEDs in those. They look very amazing. And we're going to do an unboxing of these real quick. I apologize for the audio. It's not exactly good quality, but rather than spending all the time hooking up mics and all that stuff, figured I'd just do this raw as is. So let's crack into this thing. I've already flipped the lid, and so let's go in and see what's inside here. Well, first of all, before we do that, let me just go ahead and show you the box. Okay, so we got an auxiliary line in, specs here, and just a little something there. Alright, so let's crack this open, see what we got in this bad boy here. So, looks like we got one of the speakers here. It's going to be hard to do one-handed, but we're going to try it. It's a tape here we got to get rid of. Usually that's pretty easy. I say usually for a reason, because it's not always easy, but it seems pretty easy right now. Manhandle this thing till we get it open. Alright, isn't that nice? Yes. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pause this here in just a second when we get all these open, and take a second to turn it on so you can see the LED screen. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the tape off this popping paper. I don't know why I didn't think to get a tripod before this, but that's alright. We're just doing this, like I said, raw and in the live. Fairly easy to get off there. Hashtag one-handed unboxing. Okay, we have a little manual here, looks like. Small little thing in Japanese. In Japanese or Chinese, and then in English. Gotta have English. If you're an English speaking person, you gotta have English. Alright, so let's see. We've got the power mode switch. I'm looking at these right here. Power and mode switching. We have light and pause play adjustment. Number 5 is previous and volume plus. 6 is next and volume plus. We have the different light effects. I am not sure if this has just like rainbow colors or if you can change them to certain effects. So maybe that has something to do with mode switching. Number 4, if you can see there, has a little light icon right there. So light and pause play adjustment, short press for light mode switch, long press to pause and play. Okay, and then we have a audio jack, 3mm, and a USB 5V speaker input power. So we have power and audio jack. So USB powers it, and we can do the audio out. Right now, I currently have the Logitech desktop speakers. I will be replacing those. This is the PreSonus Aris 5, my bad. And that's what I'm using right now for studio monitors. And so that's what we're doing there. So let me take a second. We have the pair available here. So let's take a second and turn this bad boy on, see what it looks like. Looks like oh, it comes right off there. I'll just find a spare USB slot. I have so many cables, it's just out of control. And I'll just go ahead and plug that in if I can get in there. Now let's turn these puppies on and see what we got.
AUX mode.
Ooh, it talked to me. So short press is the light. Oh yes, we have different colors. That is awesome. Red, green, bluish, off, rainbow, purple, blue, red, green. That's almost like a blue purple. And then off. Nice. I like these. I like these. Okay, so I think I like the green for now. We're going to leave those on green. Here in just a minute, I'll hook these up and show you what they look like, and we'll see what they sound like. Alright, let's check that out. Alright, here we are. After much hassle, these things are now set up. And by hassle, I mean I knocked over one of my favorite thermometers. You may have seen in the corner here. And it spilled everywhere. So, had to spend about an hour cleaning that up. But now we're finally hooked up. As frustrating as that was. And let's see what these SOULION R40 speakers look like and sound like. I'm going to long press the power button.
AUX mode.
And what it said was AUX mode. I did find out you can add, these are Bluetooth speakers as well. So if you press the power button, short press.
Bluetooth mode.
Bluetooth mode. So
AUX mode.
I've got it, the volume cranked as high as it will go. And now we can change the lights once again. Like I said, I wanted them to be green, so we'll change them to green. And now they look amazing. And now let's play something from my Bandcamp here. Very nice, y'all. Hope you enjoyed that. You can check out my Bandcamp at ericbeatty.bandcamp.com. And for a link to these speakers, you can check those out in the links below. One other thing, I do notice that when you power this off, you long press and power it off. There's that little beep, but then you have this, you come back on.
AUX mode.
It's going to reset default to the rainbows, so you have to change the colors every time, which isn't too big a deal. So far they sound pretty good. Got a lot, a pretty good amount of bass and treble. They're pretty good for what they are, which are desktop speakers, and so I would definitely probably recommend these so far. It was a simple hookup to the USB cable here to the power, and it has an audio aux jack as well that I plugged in here. Technically I don't need that because I can use the Bluetooth, but I just went ahead and decided to go ahead and do that. You can plug the aux into your smartphone or some other device that accepts 3.5mm jacks as well for the auxiliary, or you can just play songs from your mobile phone or other smart device that has Bluetooth straight to these speakers. Okay, so you'll search for the R40, or you'll rename it R40 when it pops up. That way you'll know what it is. Or you can rename it SOULION, which is a pretty cool logo. I like that. It kind of reminds me of Thundercats. Very simple to work. The right speaker is the one with the buttons according to the manual, and the left is over here. So that's all I have for this. I would definitely probably recommend these. They sound good to me for what they are, and they're a good extra set of speakers for when you're mixing, to when you don't have the higher grade studio monitors. Or even if you do, try some of these out, and that way you can see if your song sounds good on a kind of a beginner grade, mid-grade speaker level for desktop speakers. Okay, so apparently I didn't give this much time to figure out what these things actually do. When I switched through this, I just kind of assumed that this was the colors they were, but this is mode, not necessarily color. So let's go back. This is off. Rainbow is continual circulation through the rainbow colors. Press the first one here. It does this little change back and forth between two different colors. I don't know which ones it assigns, but right now it looks kind of like a purple and a teal. It just goes back and forth between those. We switch to the next one, and it seems to be fading through the whole spectrum. Each one of these. One of my favorite colors are that neon orange or neon yellow looking color. And it continues to go through the different spectrums. Let's see what mode 3 does. It stays on a color, but it's going to be red. I can't really tell which color I want to stay on, I don't think. So let's go ahead and do the next mode, which I assume was green. And it continues to do nothing there. Kind of that purplish blue. So it looks like to me we have RGB red, green, and blue for the last three colors, and the first three are spectrum, rainbow, and then going back and forth between these two colors, which I don't know why they chose these two colors, but we just have that back and forward. And then we have rotating through the spectrum, kind of like, just a fade type thing before you get to red, green, and blue. So once again, I'm going to put mine on green here and leave it there. So I thought I'd just let you know that there is more to it than just one color at a time. That's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out any other videos that may pop up, and I'll see you the next time.